Hi guys, welcome to La La Land. Okay, y'all gonna have to just respect that the fact that I have on no makeup today and I am too tired to put on any, so we just gonna jump into this because I'm still a little hungover from last night because that episode was very boring, so I need to get real drunk for it. Today we will be discussing the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and let me grab my wine real quick. Oh, y'all, it was a doozy, and not in a good way. It was very boring. Last week's episode was way too good. This week's episode was just pish posh for me. I was just very disappointed. Okay, anyways, let's get to the okay, so let's start with Peter, Cynthia, Phaedra, and Portia. Okay, so Peter and Cynthia are chilling. They talking about Peter's upcoming award show that he's doing. I'm like, did this nigga club just get foreclosed out? Like, where did he get money for an award show? But he made sure to mention that he dropped 10 G's on it without having to go to Cynthia. He made sure that they got that on camera. I heard your partner. So anyway, Cynthia's just telling Peter, I told everybody what happened last night. I was telling them about the Apollo situation. And you can't call Phaedra, you can't call Kia a whore when she's been a whore. And Peter was like, well, you can't just call Phaedra a whore, you don't really know. So anyway, she was just like, well, I'm just saying. And Peter was basically like, chill out on it, you being real messy on the low. Like, why you being messy? Shut the fuck up. We already known as I'm known as Mr. Messy. So, bitch, you making me look extra messy. Like, shh. So, whatever. So, I guess she's not getting it through her head what he's trying to say. So, she's just still talking about it. And Peter's like, okay, whatever. So, anyway, Phaedra, the scenes that they're going in between are Phaedra and Portia and Cynthia and Peter. So Phaedra and Portia are having dinner, and I think they having it at the Palms, maybe in Atlanta, because there's one here in Dallas, and I used to have Sugar Daddy. He's taking it all the time. Great stuff. They have some good steaks and lobster. So I see what you ordered, Portia. But they have those little caricatures on the back or whatever. So I think that's where they were at. So they go to this real nice steakhouse and they eating dinner. And she was basically, girl, they just started talking. She was like, well, I just found it kind of weird that Candy didn't really come outside. That big ride or die or whatever. And she was like, yeah, we've been having problems with that. She was like, I just can't believe Cynthia came for me. Like, especially, girl. They started throwing shade. They was like, especially with all them affairs that her husband is having, he cheated around, girl. They say he got hoes in different area codes, area codes, hoes. Okay, so anyway, bitch, she like that. Damn, bitch, Peter out there creeping on the low, right? And then they was like, then they got foreclosures that they facing and all this shit money that they owe people, whatever. So I'm like, damn, for real, Cynthia got the nerve to be talking all that shit. I was like, oh, they all some hoes. They is just some messy people. Why they so messy? I can see y'all on the camera. Y'all messy. But I love it. That's why I tune in every Sunday. It's worth it. So, the next scene is Todd and Candy. They go to see a therapist because Candy feel like it's some real issues in their marriage. But I'm like, bitch, this is the first 6 months. I know y'all not fucking all the time, but y'all on two different coasts. That's understandable. What's really good, nigga? So she was like, there's some difference in our marriages. So and we're gonna go see a therapist. So they go see Dr. Blake. Now, if you're not familiar with Dr. Blake's work, Dr. Blake is, I guess, the residential Atlanta therapist because the Braxtons go to her. And they've been going her since season fucking 1. And they every season, they having the same fucking issues. So what is Dr. Blake do? I don't know Dr. Blake. I don't know how much people are paying you. Because I don't. Are you working for camera time? Bitches, you working for camera time? Because you're not solving no issues. Okay, so anyway. She asked Todd, what's going on? Why do you think Candy feel this way? He was like, ever since, that prenup issue, I've been feeling some type of way about Candy. And so Candy was like, prenup? Oh, you making Candy mama look real good right now. Todd, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut up. So anyway, he was like, yeah, it's just, I just learned, you know, I gotta just understand the type of person I'm dealing with. He was like, I just felt like it was just like, you gonna sign this prenup or nah? And she was like, well, it was. You gonna sign it or nah? Like, you gonna sign it, we gonna have a big ass party, or you gonna sign it and nigga, fuck it, I'm not with you. Well, we won't be getting married that day. And so he was like, okay, that's understandable. But you know what? I think Todd, I be trying, Ty, you shouldn't have brought that prenup up because you making her mama look real cute right now, right? So you make her mama look like maybe she was right. But Todd, why? I think Todd feels like after watching that wedding special and seeing the shit that this girl mama was saying about his family, his daughter, his mother, his dead deceased father, all of these things, he was probably like, bitch, I'm not gonna, like, fuck you. You think that, bitch, that booty, that ass ain't turning me on right now. Like, you don't give a fuck about me or my people. Like, your parents just sitting up, your mama is sitting up here just totally disrespecting me. And you like, whatever. That's a big issue in their marriage. And he feel like every time he comes to Candy about it, Candy's like, I don't know what you want me to you don't want me to say something, mama. You just my mama, Ty. And she be doing all that extra ass retarded, slow talking shit. And I be like, what the fuck, Candy? Like, seriously? Girl. So, anywho, Dr. Blake just started asking about their sex life. And I'm like, bitch, why would you even ask her about this? You know, this whole freak, like, she just be talking about some bullshit ass boring shit. And then she just was, like, Todd was like, okay, well, Candy was like, I don't know, we haven't had sex since the first 6 months. Like, I'm not understanding. And she was like, I think Todd may be cheating. Now, Candy, you don't want to start throwing out the cheating word just this early in your marriage. Like, you might want to chill on that, too, because it's gonna come a time, bitch, where you really gonna be thinking. You can't be just throwing out this shit all willy-nilly at the beginning. You wanna know if you cheat. You're just speaking this shit into existence. You're speaking this into your marriage. And I hope Ty not cheating, because she was like, you notice he didn't say nothing about the cheating question. And she said that shit on national TV. And I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up, because it's some hoes out there looking for a Ty, bitch. And your stupid ass just shut up, bitch. Just shut up. Like, I just don't, ladies, don't discuss your relationship with anybody, especially on national TV in front of a whole heap of people. That's not their business. It's really not. You can do your little charades and shit, but your real personal, that should be right here. Right here. That should be discussed between you and him in your bedroom confinements. Not with your friends, not with your employees. You and him, boo-boo. You and him. That shit's crazy to me. So, anyways, they was just like, Dr. Blake gave them some stuff and was like, okay, y'all need to go home and work on this, and this is blah, 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 blah. So that scene was over, because I'm really tired of talking about them, because I just, every time Candy talk about relationship with Todd, I just get so irritated, because I'm just like, I don't understand what's going on here. I don't get it. Like, scene take place at Peter's $10,000 extravaganza Night of the Stars event, or whatever award show he had, girl, at some fucking banquet hall at somebody's apartment complex. Girl, I don't know what the fuck this came from. So anyway, this scene, they got Candy and, you know, all the other ladies. They got T. Petty and Candy in it. I don't know why she would hang out with these losers. But anyways, they spend the first 10 minutes complimenting each other and talking about each other's asses. They's like, bitch, you got a big booty. No, you got a big booty. Oh, I want to know your booty. Booty. They spent 10 minutes talking like, oh, girl, you look so good. You look so good. You look so good. So anyway, Peter was like, let me step away, because, like, okay, well, Candy arrives, and Peter's like, let me step away, because I don't want to be known, you know, like I'm in some female shit. It's like, too late, Patricia. You are one of the girls. 60. Bitch, like, what is you saying, Peter? Okay, whatever. And Cynthia feels the same type of way I do, because she like, you the one that gave me the tea, and now I'm stuck cleaning out your teapot, or some bullshit that they say. Some of them little slang lingual shits that they say. So, girl, okay, so Petty, so So Candy arrives, and Kia is like, Candy, like, you know, after what happened yesterday, like, she brings up the fact that Phaedra almost hit her. She was like, Candy, I mean, did you know that Apollo, did you know about the messages? Candy, did you, like, she's just like basically trying to get some information from Candy about Apollo and Phaedra's relationship. And Candy's basically like, bitch, I'm not gonna tell you shit. Like, this is my friend. Like, why would I be telling you anything about what I know about their relationship? It's not my business, and it's not your business. Basically what a friend should do. I feel like that's what a friend should do, but I'm a crazy type, loyal ass bitch, you know what I mean? When I have a friend, I don't think my friend should even be hanging out with these hoes. Like, why you, I understand you neutral, but there's no neutrality. When there's a war, bitch, when we are at war, there's no neutral lines. Niggas, the neutral motherfuckers is the first ones they get hit. You got, then you gonna have two sides attacking your ass, because they trying to figure out how you still neutral. Get out of it, Candy. Release, back away from the battle. Pick your sides, boo, and pick them wisely. So anyways, Peter go off, and he say he don't want to be a part of the woman business, so he go pull Ty aside, and they have like a bitch female conversation. So I'm like, you creating your own woman business? How cute. So anyways, he's like, did Apollo tell you about the message? And he like, yeah. He was like, so did you tell Candy? He was like, well, yeah. She was there when Apollo came over, and he was like, oh, so Candy know? He was like, whew, confirmation. Now I can go tell my wife that Candy knows, so she can go tell her bitches that the Candy knows, and then that bitch Candy can go and tell in front of Candy and Phaedra that Candy knew the whole time, and it can turn into some more shit. Because you know why? Because Peter is a bitch. Peter's a bitch. Just like she said. She said it, and y'all got mad at her for saying it, but it's true. He is a female. He has a vagina. He's a bitch. Girl, so anyways, Candy was like, I got my own drama. I don't need this. I got my own drama, whatever. And she was like, you know, because she's still having problems with why her husband not fucking her. Big issues here, big issues. There's wars in the world. Children are starving in Africa. But anywho's, Candy got her problems. So they're at this award show, and Deb Anthony like comes up, and I'm like, oh my god, they just crisscrossing all the stars. They got the Braxtons, they got Love and Hip Hop, they had Married to Medicine last a couple of episodes ago, bitch. They just crisscrossing. So she come up there, and she present Candy with an award. So Candy win this award. She's like, I don't have no speech, and Peter's been in the business for a long time, and I'm like, blah 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 blah. What the fuck is this even about? This is so boring. Next, Nene meets Dr. Jeff. She was like, Dr. Jeff, you know, there's just some things I need you to help me with this group of girls. We need a psychologist, not a therapist, y'all. They get Dr. Jeff, the neighborhood Maury therapist. Like, where the fuck this? Like, where did they find these? Next thing you know, I'm thinking they gonna bring out what's his name from Steve Wilkos that do the polygraph test. What's his name? Dave. They gonna bring that motherfucker out. He gonna come out. Where's the polygraph examiner? Jeff. What's his name, y'all? They didn't bring all their asses out here. So look, okay. So Jeff on there, she's like, we need help as women. You know, I want you to be our psychologist. Maybe you can help us with our issues. He was like, okay, cool. And she was like, I'm not interested in a relationship with Cynthia. I just want her to respect me. He was like, if for you to respect her as well, Nene, I think you do have a problem with that, bitch. So this will be very interesting to see. I cannot wait to see this therapy session. Lord, I hope it's better than this episode, y'all. I am seriously about to fall asleep. Like, just talking about this boring ass shit. Okay, so anyways, the next thing. Cynthia invites Phaedra for a one-on-one. Okay. First off, let me start out by saying, bitch, when Cynthia was walking into that restaurant, I was like, God damn. Like, her ass was literally eating her body. Like, her ass was just like perked on top of this. Her ass was just so damn big. God damn, Cynthia, I didn't know you not getting them nickies, is you? Cause that bitch was for donka. If I had seen your ass for photos, Cynthia, I would have thought you was getting booty shots. But I seen your ass when you had that bathing suit on. You had a donkey. You had one for real. I don't get tired. So anyway, she wants Phaedra to know that she's not interested in her marriage. That's what she said. She's like, Phaedra, I just want you to know I'm not interested in your marriage. And okay, well, anyway, she goes to the restaurant, sits down. Phaedra comes in, and well, before she walks in, she's just like, I just want Phaedra to know I'm not interested in her marriage. So Phaedra comes in, she's like, I just wanted to let you know that I brought you here so we can talk. And, you know, just so you know, like, you know, I'm not trying to be friends with you or nothing. I just want us to be able to talk. So Phaedra's like, the fuck did you invite me here for? Like, bitch, you supposed to be inviting, basically supposed to be inviting me here to apologize, because I'm trying to figure out why the fuck you had the nerve to say all this bullshit in front of these hoes time I'm cheating on my husband. Like, will you really want to get some shit stirred up, boo? Because we know about Peter and his other bitches. Okay. So she was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, what's going on here? And like, she was like, you didn't fact check your facts, Cynthia. You didn't fact check. And she was like, oh, must we start talking about fact checking? Because you don't want to get fact. Because what we do around here, we just talk. That's the type of women we are. We just talk. And Phaedra was like, you know what, bitch? She just gonna go on and get up and go before she fuck that bitch up, right? So she was like, I don't want to fuck that bitch up. So she just, Phaedra just left, right? So Cynthia was sitting there like, see, I'm leaving. I mean, I'm staying and she's leaving. So you see, I'm like, Cynthia, you just look stupid. Like, this is dumb as hell of you. Like, you trying to get buck and you trying to be this, I'm Cynthia badass coming doing right by ya. You trying to be this bad bitch, but you not, Cynthia. Like, your face is bad, but you here, you be doing some shit that be like, you be doing some dingy ass shit. And here, that heart, that lion's heart, you ain't got that lion's heart. You ain't got that fire behind your desire. You ain't got that. You Tina Marie with no Rick James. That's it. That's how you look, Cynthia. The next see this, Claudia talking about her busted ass feet with Demetria. So Team Nobody is doing nobody bullshit. Bitch, you get pedicures. Good for you. Next scene. The next scene is Candy is in her tag shop going through her inventory or whatever, and stinky breath, booty breath ass Joyce come trolloping in. And yeah, I do respect my elders. Like, I may curse a lot on here, but I am a very respectful person. I do respect my elders. But this motherfucking old lady, she be making me really want to ride on her ass, like click clack on her ass, because she be doing some unnecessary ass shit, like for real. So anyway, she gonna walks her ass up into Kendy's store, right? And they have a sit down, and she gonna tell Kendy how she went by the old house that Kendy was selling. Because she bought her mama a new house. She went by the old house and it looked so nice. And if she could really have her choice, she would take the old house instead of the new house that Kendy just bought her. And Kendy was like, well, if that was the case, then why didn't you say something? So before I bought you the new fucking house, why did I even buy the new house? And I was like, this ungrateful ass old lady, like, she is so fucking ungrateful on so many levels. She is so ungrateful. Like, how do you put up with this, Candy? How? So anyways, she was like, Candy, you changed. You don't come around the family no more. And Candy was like, how have I changed? Like, I have my own things going on, Mom. I have my own marriage. I have my own life. Like, how have I changed? And she was like, oh no, I don't know, Candy. That's what I'm saying. You changed. Like, bitch, why you smiling at me but talking shit about me? I can see your eyes. I see your whole face. Like, who does that? You rude ass bitch. So Kenny had this emotional breakdown, and she was like, Mama, why do you always have to tell me like, she had this, you told her, but like, she had this really emotional breakdown. And so her mama was basically still like, you changed. Like, I still love you. Make sure you pay my rent this month. Pay the mortgage. Don't forget to put $50 in my account for bingo, Candy. That's the type of look she was getting. That emotional shit did not even like register with her mom. And Candy was basically saying how, like, she was like, she could go to her mom about shit that was going on her marriage because she feel like her mom would celebrate her marriage going downhill. And that's fucked up when you can't talk to your mom about shit. Like, that's a horrible relationship. I just really, it's not even, why y'all even putting this shit on TV? It's good for ratings. It's a nice chick, but that shit is not healthy. Candy, you need to do something with her. It's time for her to go to a home or not. So the girls meet at Uncle Julio's. But they got some good ass margaritas. Y'all love Uncle Julio's. They got some good margaritas. And Candy was like, Mama, why do you always have to tell me? Like, Candy, that's what I'm saying. You changed. Like, I can see your eyes. I see your whole face. Like, who does that? You rude ass bitch. And so all the girls come in. I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck is Demetria McKinney still on this show? Like, who the fuck is, why is she even in these scenes? And like, so they all get together, whatever. Everybody shows up except for Phaedra and Kenya, and they ask why they aren't coming. And he was like, last time we were together, shit got crazy. They booked, they got up, and we don't want that. This is a positive day. So she was saying like she wanted to get the girls together for therapy because they all talk about how they a grown woman, but they don't do grown woman things. And she was like, including myself. And Cynthia all of a sudden was like, I was about to say, I hope you included yourself. And she was like, well, that's what I just said, Cynthia. So then they have this childish ass bickering moment. And I'm like, Cynthia, like, shut the fuck up. If you want Nene to look like the bad person, all you gotta do is shut up. That's it. Just shut up and she gonna make herself look bad. But you so busy trying to show everybody you sent the bad ass in your own right by her. You so busy trying to show everybody you a bad bitch. Like you looking like a dumb bitch. Like a bitch that's not gonna be here next season. That's how you look at it. You looking real stupid. Like, no, bitch, you looking dumb. So they had a childish ass bickering moments, right? Okay. So then Nene went back to Nene talk. She was like, I still think we should go to therapy or whatever. This is for the group and we all have things we need to talk about. So then the two nobodies of the group decided to speak up. It was like, well, I feel like the reason why this happened is because you were attacking me. And Cynthia was like, Demetria, when did anybody attack you? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Nobody cares about you. Like, that's why you didn't get a peach. Like, you are not a storyline at all. So then Clitless was like, I feel like, where did you hear this stuff about my clit leaf in my body? Who told you that exactly? Was it Jamie? Did Jamie say that? Because I only sucked his dick 8 times. I don't know why Jamie would say my clit wasn't it. She was like, Cynthia, don't nobody give a fuck. Like, shut up. Nobody cares. Like, you having this conversation, but nobody cares, right? So, nobody, you got your apology, boom, boom, bam. Keep talking about it. It ain't gonna change, bitch. Be happy with what you got. Because she by Sheree didn't get no apology, nor did Kim Zolciak. She got her wig snatched. So, anywho's, girl, so Cynthia was like, well, Nene, I feel like me and you could be da-da-da-da. I don't know what Cynthia was saying. Actually, I had tuned out because all I kept seeing was the faces Nene was making. And Nene was like, I was like, this bitch is anybody looking at this bitch and these faces she making? Like, how is Cynthia having a real conversation with her? Because I would have been there cuss her ass out. She was doing too much. She had me laughing like a bitch. She's so hilarious to me. So anyway, I can't even go on with that. So Candy decides to say that she don't need to go to therapy. This is between them. So Nene was like, no, you need to go to therapy. Like, you and Phaedra are having some problems. She was like, what you mean me and Phaedra have? What did Phaedra say to you about me? So she was like, I'm just saying, like, the way we had all ran out and you were kind of like, she was like, what they gotta do with anything? So the two nobodies decided they need to dismiss themselves because it ain't got nothing to do with them. And Cynthia had already left because she had grandma duties or something. She had to get back to the golf course because I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch going? Like, she going to go hit the tee at 3? Like, what the fuck is you doing? She going to hit the greens, y'all. So anyway, they all decided to leave. So the two nobodies exited, and Cynthia was like, Candy was like, I just feel like Apollo should see his child, and that's the only way I feel him. She was like, oh, that's how you really feel? She was like, yeah, that's how I feel. So, that's the only reason why me and Phaedra would have problems. So, Nene was like, well, I just really think you should go to therapy too, and I think it's more to that or whatever. So, I feel this way, though. When it comes to Apollo seeing his children, a lot of people differ. And, but basically that was the end of it. So, they all agreed to go to therapy. They're going to go to therapy next episode. Hopefully, next episode is better because it's so fucking boring. But anyway, back to what I was saying. My whole issue with Apollo seeing his child in jail goes like this. I don't remember ever seeing my dad in jail. Maybe I did. I don't remember. I remember going to the prisons and seeing other family members, but I don't necessarily remember seeing my dad in jail, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't have a problem with that. I don't remember seeing my dad like that, and I've never seen him chained like a monkey in the penal system. I've never seen that, so I'm very happy for that. I've seen other people. I've seen how down and depressed they look. So I see where she's coming from with that as well, and I also see like how childish Apollo's actions leading up towards him going to prison would definitely have made me decide not to let my kids see him, because everything that he was doing right before he went in, all that partying with your friends, not spend no time with your kids, but then when you go in, you want your kids to come visit you because they're the only motherfuckers that you got to hold you down. Where was you at? Where was you at when you was in them streets? You feel me? Like, that shit that he do and all these things that you doing to your wife right now, knowing she's going to be the only one to bring your kids, why would you fuck that up before you go? Dumb ass. So she should do it out of spite too. I mean, you have two different ways to see it. You don't want to see your kids like that. You could do it out of spite. This nigga done already said the police are gonna take me away. Now he got this thing in his head against the police, which is understandable that all black men should have, but he hasn't come across that yet. He hasn't experienced that yet to form his own beliefs. He's already getting these beliefs from his father that the police are evil. He's not forming that belief for himself. So you already got that shit going on. Yeah, but then on the other hand, I see Kendi's point, like, this is his father. He should be able to see his father, because his father's not in his life. He should be able to see his father. What the fuck is his father gonna do when it's time, when he running these streets doing this bad shit and acting crazy, acting out? He gonna discipline me from prison? Like, nigga, what can you say to me? You behind a glass wall. You can't do shit to me or for me. Shut the fuck up, daddy. Like, really, what is gonna happen? So I do understand, because that is his father. Like, if my mom did want to take me to see my dad, that is my dad. I would have loved to go see him, but I can't say I missed anything from not seeing him, because I this is what my parents did. I am who I am, and I don't have a problem with who I am, and I don't have a problem with what I experienced as a child. I think it all worked out for the best, and I think I've excelled beyond belief through my parents' parenting skills and the decisions that they made. But those decisions are for everyone, so I don't really know that, you know, their backstory. So if she chooses not to let her kids see him, then I mean, that's her decision. If she chooses to let her kids see him, then great for her and great for those kids. Good for them, bitch. I hope somebody putting commissary on his books. Maybe Kenya is. They gonna come out with a DVD. They gonna come out with the baby Nico. It's gonna be called Apollo and Kenya, the goddess meets the African warrior princess. They're gonna be hanging on fucking trees and shower posts with the right force. But you know what? This is too much in my head, y'all. This is crazy. I need to stop. Okay, y'all. Well, that was this week's recap, and I did one for Empire, but my husband was here, my baby was up, and I did it in my car, and it was snowing, and I was way too drunk to be doing that. So I just decided to go ahead and X that. So I just decided, I didn't go nowhere. I wasn't driving in my car. It was sitting outside in the snow, but it was too damn fucking cold to be doing that video. So I just went ahead and deleted, exit all the way out, and started doing this. Okay, so I'll be back next week with something different, hopefully here. So you guys, I love you. Make sure you subscribe and like, and I will see you guys next week. Hopefully I won't be bored to tears. Dear God. Bye, y'all.